Guys, welcome to the Chess Giant. This is Solomon Riddell, and today we'll be going over the Blackburn-Shilling Gambit and how to best respond. It's one of those cheap opening traps that hopes the opponent is unprepared. However, I've even seen some grandmasters fall for it, so it's not like only beginners have trouble with it, and I thought I'd review it in this video. For those of you who enjoy quick opening traps that are easy to fall for, you might enjoy the gambit itself, and I'll also go over white's best response, which leads to a clear advantage. And this is honestly for you Guioco Piano players, as it starts out with e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, and bishop c4. Now usually against bishop c4, we'll see a move like knight f6 or bishop c5. However, with the Blackburn-Shilling Gambit, we see the crazy looking move knight d4. And at first it seems as if black just made a huge mistake and is giving up a pawn on e5. However, as tempting as taking this e5 pawn is, it's actually a huge mistake. Because following knight takes e5, black can now play queen g5. And now this queen is attacking both the knight on e5 and the pawn on g2. So now we're in a tough situation. Let's say white plays knight takes f7. Trying to snatch that pawn is also protected by the bishop on c4. But now black can just play queen takes g2, attacking the rook on h1, forcing rook f1, and now black can play queen takes e4 check, followed by knight f3 checkmate, game over. Another response to queen g5 that doesn't work is knight g4, and at first sight it seems as if white is holding this position together. But now black can play d5, attacking both the bishop and the knight on g4. White's position will collapse quickly, and this position right here is easily resignable for white. So following queen g5, really the only move that gives white somewhat of a chance in this game is bishop takes f7 check. But even then, black can just play king d8, and now we castle. We see queen takes e5, d3, queen f6, attacking our bishop on f7, and now we have to retreat it back to a square like b3. We see knight takes b3, and following a takes b3, now black can play b6, and I really like black's game here. I would definitely give the advantage to black. So, moral of the story, guys, do not take that tempting pawn on e5. Here white can play a bunch of different moves, taking the knight, playing castles, playing c3, even playing d3, maybe even developing the knight to c3. In a lot of ways, this knight d4 move is kind of a waste of time. Really, the only reason black plays it is to try to get white to take the pawn on e5. However, my personal favorite move is knight takes d4, and following e takes d4, c3. Now, if black decides to take the c3 pawn, we can take back with our knight, and white has a huge advantage in development. And following a move like bishop c5, not looking to give white a tempo, here white can play bishop takes f7 check. Very nice idea, noticing that the queen has this h5 square. Following king takes f7, we now have queen h5 check, attacking the king on f7 and attacking the bishop on c5. And following a move like g6, we can take on c5. And let's just say black takes the pawn on c3. Now we can play knight takes c3, castle, play d4, maybe even b3 to fianchetto out of the bishop. I also think that a potential f4 and f5 is a potential option. So needless to say, guys, I think white is completely winning here. So just remember, against the Blackburn-Shilling Gambit, to not take this pawn on e5, but simply take the knight, continue with c3, and I think white has a big advantage. So look, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I personally think it's fun to study some of the less popular gambits, both to pull it out for fun every once in a while, and also to be prepared against them. As always, I'm wishing y'all an amazing day. Peace. Thanks for watching today's video. If you'd like to watch another one, you can click or tap up here. And I've got a lot more high quality chess content on the way. So if you'd like to subscribe, you can click or tap down here. I really appreciate your support.